right, so now we're live on YouTube, Facebook, as well as Twitter. Some people call it X. I never call it X. I just say Twitter. It's been Twitter for like the last 13, 14 years. It's just like the Sky Dome. If you're in Toronto, there's a building where the Blue Jays play. They call it the Sky Dome. All right. Then they changed the name, and Rogers, the cable people, and the cell phone people, they bought it, and they started calling it Rogers Center. So I'm born in Toronto, lived here my whole life. I called it the Sky Dome, so it's going to remain the Sky Dome. Even where the Raptors play, right? Even where the Raptors play, the ACC, which was the Air Canada Center, is now the Scotiabank Arena. I'm gonna forever call it the ACC. So Twitter is forever going to be Twitter, and I won't be calling it X. And I think Elon Musk is a troll anyways. He just wanted y'all to be saying y'all be posting stuff on X. Yeah. Right? So again, the alternative lifestyle community is horrible, especially for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. It goes against the Bible, right? It goes against the God of Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. It's not productive for us, right? It's another, they push it on us as well because it's another way for them to, what's going on? Y'all can hear me, right? So it's another way for them to basically turn around and try to dwindle our numbers, right? That they get if they get a large amount of Black, Hispanic, and Native American men to become alternative lifestyle, and then they get a large amount of our sisters to become alternative lifestyle, what happens is our brothers aren't hooking up with our sisters. They're not going to the bars and the parties and walking on the streets to find a brother or sister. They're not, which means they're not having children. Our nation stops growing, right? And they've been trying to unalive our nation for centuries. Right, this is something that's been happening, right? I will also show you that. Let me just write that down. Unaliving in Egypt, and then Sodom and Gomorrah, right? So we're gonna show that, right? I'm gonna show you how they always try to unalive us. And now pushing this alternative lifestyle, that's just a new technique. They've done it with alcohol. They've done it with smallpox. They've done it with illegal substances in our neighborhood, right? This is something they've always done, right? So again, y'all want to say something, y'all want to add comments, just feel free to type in your comments. You got a question, answer questions if you have any questions, right? I'll definitely answer some questions if you have any questions. And we're just asking, is the alternative lifestyle a sin? It's June. June is such a wonderful month. It's warm. The pool's open, right? The kids go on vacation, right? They're out of school for 2 months, depending on where you live. But for some reason, they decided to make this month the alternative lifestyle month, right? And listen, the tribe of Judah and YAHANNA and all the tribes in America, right? Especially, we'll speak on the tribe of Judah. The tribe of Judah, they have a celebration called Juneteenth, where, again, this is not a high holy day, and it's not against the law to celebrate Juneteenth, right? Juneteenth is just a memorial day where the slaves who were the tribe of Judah in America found out sometime after that slavery was over, right? Slavery might have been over for a while. And it was taking time to break news in certain places in America, and certain tribes found out later, or certain plantations found out later that slavery is free, and we just celebrated Juneteenth and said, okay, this is just a day we found out that slavery had ended. Thunder Horse, who should be blocked? That's what I was asking. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Who should be blocked? He said, we definitely got to block him. who, right? If you're still in here, you can answer who should be blocked. Are you saying I should be blocked, Thunder Horse? What am I saying that is so, that has you so angry? That's well, maybe you're not angry. Maybe you're not saying I should be blocked. But if you could just clarify, right? I'll give you some time to clarify, right? So again, it's always been something that was pushed against our community. And just look in it. Just look what they do, right? The alternative community will turn around and say that alternative rights is like their fight is like the fight that Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans had to go through for civil rights. Marion, this is the I.S.U.P.K, and we do not support Black Lives Matter. We are not affiliated with any group or organization, right? This is the I.S.U.P.K under Commanding General YAHANNA, right? Thunder Horse, I was asking who should be blocked. If you're still here, can you let me know who should be blocked? Right, so we're gonna keep going. Again, so as we get into the precepts and what we're talking about today, right? We're gonna show you that in the Bible, the alternative lifestyle goes against what the Lord said, right? Now, 1 second. Let me see if I can find an article. And all June. All right, so if you're watching this class right now or this live stream right now, all June, I'm probably going to be going in on this alternative lifestyle because it's June and it's a battle that needs to be fought, right? Because again, they push it on Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and you got to ask yourself, why is it pushed on us so much? How comes we never see a commercial for alternative lifestyle? Russians or Ukrainians, or, well, you already know Putin is not having that, but we never see it. You'll never see an alternative lifestyle commercial for an East Indian or Asian, right? It's always Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans that you see it being pushed on. Hey, shalom, brother. Shalom, Mark. The water for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. Right. This is just an article I was looking for. See if I can find it. Good night. That's horrible. I found it right away. That's a horrible article. Let's see if I can find it. Hold up. This is bad. This is bad. There's just so much going on right now. It's horrible. I'm looking real quick to see if I can find, like, I got a TikTok video of it, but I'm trying to find the actual article. I don't want the TikTok. Hold up. Give me a moment and I'll find it. I had it earlier. But again, as we go through these precepts, we're going to be talking about the alternative lifestyle. Now look, listen, the church, Christianity has failed Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, right? Especially, listen, what Christianity did to Native Americans, right? The so-called indigenous people of the Western Hemisphere is horrible. So much so that the Bible is a Native American book. It's the story and the history of Native Americans before they came to the West. If you ask modern society will tell you that Native Americans came to the West over an ice bridge, right? Which is a myth. It's a total myth. They saying they walked over this ice bridge, and which the Bering Strait, which never existed, right? And that's how they got here. The Bible actually lets you know that they left a captivity in Assyria and went onto the waters by boat, right? And found South America and started to migrate. It's not that they came from the top of Canada and went down. They were in the South Americas and spread out from there, right? And y'all just gotta understand. Y'all gotta understand. Do you know how cold it was in North Canada? I'm in the city of Toronto, and it is extremely cold. And that's not even the coldest parts of Canada. So you're telling me that the tribe of Gad and the rest of, or the what is it? There's 12 tribes, track 3, the 9 tribes, right? The 9 tribes that left captivity with some of Levi, right? You're telling me they went all the way into minus 40-degree weather in Canada and survived and walked across ice. You wear regular boots today with wool and a bunch of listen, you got the cotton in your boots, the wool is padded and all that. You're wearing extra socks, and you go outside in New York City, you go outside in Chicago, you go outside in Edmonton, you go outside in Montreal or Toronto, my city, and you go outside for 40 minutes and walk through that snow and that slush, and your feet are going to be numb. Doesn't matter what kind of socks. You put the hot pots, and it's going to keep your feet warm for a little bit, but your feet are going to be numb. Not to mention your fingers, your hands are going to be frozen. You're telling me Native Americans just walked across this ice bridge in Alaska? That's where they say the ice bridge was, in Alaska. But that's absolutely not true, right? So aside from that little history lesson, Christianity has destroyed Native Americans, so much so they don't even want to look at their own book. I remember as a young man, I think I was a young 50 or a trooper, I'm not sure. But we went back to Caledon, right? It's southwest Ontario, right? Past like Hamilton. And Gadites were protesting land back. They want the land back. They're protesting. And I tried to ask them, what's the punishment for the oppressor for what he was done to you if you don't get the land back? And they said they don't have the answer for the punishment. They don't want to even talk about the answer for that punishment, right? Because they rather be more peaceful. Cool. You want peace. We understand. But life is about war. And they did not, when I told them the Bible had the answer, right? They said, no, you can't even read that. If you read that, you got to go. To a point where they were acting like they wanted to get physical if we read the Bible. I'm trying to tell them, no, I'm not trying to convert you to Christianity at all. I'm just telling you that the prophecy of what's going to happen to these people is in the Bible, and they didn't want to hear it. So Christianity has been a hell of a drug for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Let's see, Sons of Jacob, Big Pun said horses and huskies. Buddy feels important in his costume, sinful. Mr. Texas, you don't even have a display picture. Like, no one takes you serious, right? And where's the sin in wearing a garment? This is how you know Christianity is a horrible thing, because he said, I feel important in my costume. Cool. Maybe I do feel important. Maybe I am important, right? Then he said, sinful. Where is the sin of me wearing a garment from Hazahob's collections? That's just what I'm trying to figure out. Where's the sin? Right? What the heck is going on here? We're talking about the alternative lifestyle, right? And if you're against alternative lifestyle, then there's nothing going on here, man. We're just talking about the alternative lifestyle. So if you are a supporter of alternative lifestyle, I can see why you would be angry. But if you are against the alternative lifestyle, there's no reason to be angry, right? But that's what we're talking about, Derek Wilson. Let's see, cosplay Jesus, Big Pun, good night. Listen, Big Pun was unalived. Big pun, the brother was unalived because he was overweight. So you should get a different name. We know you from West Africa. That isn't Jewish, bro. Listen, the Jewish rabbi puts babies' rods in their mouth and give them herpes. I don't want to be Jewish. I am not Jewish. I am a Jew by blood, no ish. All right, so let's see. Hold up. I'm just going to get this article for you right quick so I can read this article real quick just to show you that the Christian church is against the Bible. Good night. Listen, if I show you this picture, I'm going to show you the picture. I know how I can show you the picture. You got to give me a second, though. Right? Just work with me for a quick second. And I'll figure out how to show you this picture. Why does it seem like every article I'm looking for is just... Good night. What the hell is going on? It's like a lot of TikTok videos, but there's no actual article on this. Okay. Bear with me one moment. I'm just looking for this damn article. I had it and now I can't find it. Right? But I'm going to share something. I'm going to share something in Slovakia. I'm just going to share this real quick so you can see what I'm talking about. Right? So if you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, you'll see what I'm talking about, right? And this is Christianity in a nutshell for you. Pause on that nutshell, Slovakia. Right? This is Christianity for you. If you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, you're going to see a picture of a pastor, Justin, what's his name? The pastor's name is Pastor Justin and his first man of the church, right? So I'm going to get this. I'm going to show it to you in a second on TikTok, right? Just bear with me 1 second. And I'm going to show it to you on TikTok. I'll get back to answering all your comments and stuff for you on TikTok in a moment. Right. As you come in, like and share. Hold up. As you come in, like and share the video. Let me just find it. Pastor Justin. And his first man. And that is wild to say that in the lead. Pastor Justin and his first man. Which is like, yo, what the hell is going on? Right? Hold up. I think I found it. Okay, well, listen, I can't find a article on this for some reason. It was here. And I'm wondering if they scrubbed it, because I seen this article a few days ago when I first heard about this story. And I wonder if they scrubbed the actual article off of it. Oh, 1 second. Nah, all it is, they keep showing this damn picture. They keep showing this picture. Okay, so the youth pastor Justin has preached they're saying this is a powerful message. And to get everyone to start a new year to give life to Jesus in 2023, right? This is horrible. I'm just going to show you the picture in a second. I'm going to join the live with my other account so you can see this image. And I apologize already because this is a horrible image. So I'm going to screenshot this image for you. I'm going to join the live on my other account. And you can see the image. Slovakia. This is horrible. This is just such a horrible request to come up. Okay, so I got to bear with me 1 second. All right. So we're live. Give me 1 second. Let me turn on this camera. Y'all gonna see what the hell I'm talking about. And now look, this is what Christianity is promoting. Right? This is what Christianity promotes. At what point in your life did you find your religion? Was your life what was your life like at that point? Oh, that is an actual good question, my cool. Where I hope I said your name right. What I'm doing right now is not a religion, right? What we teach is that Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are the Israelites of the Bible, right? So I've always known about the Bible. I've always read about the Bible. At one point, I stopped believing it. I believed in other things, right? Like Egyptology and space and science and the quasars and all of that, right? And that didn't do anything for me. Up until I came into the I.S.U.P.K under Commanding General YAHANNA, my life was a total wreck. I've had relationships that failed. I was in and out of jail, several attempts on my life, several things that I've seen within the city of Toronto that would just destroy you. Right? Barack, you could come up at any time. 1 second, let me see if I can invite Barack. I should be able to. Yeah, Barack has been invited up, right? So that's what was happening in my life at that time, right? If you're asking, let's see if I answered your question in full. Yeah, so basically, after several attempts on my life, something was saying, like, listen, you were supposed to die already, but you haven't died. Like literally, I was supposed to be unalive. Like, in my mind, I was supposed to be gone from 10 years ago. Slovakia, 14 years ago, right? And it just never happened. And after every failed attempt, I just said, listen, there has to be some reason why I'm still here. There has to be some reason why at this time I didn't believe in Christianity, right? Christianity was out of my mind, but I'm like, there's a higher power. So whatever it is, God, right? There's a reason why I'm here. Tell me what it is. And I found the answer. I found the truth. I found out that the so-called identity of so-called black people, right? People who look like me, right, were the Israelites of the Bible. That's what I found out. Let's see what's up. We are not Jewish. we're not Africans either. Oh, Salakia. Good night. Thawada Barak. You're asking, so again, this is not a religion, this is the lifestyle. Like, okay, religion is Christianity. Anybody could join Christianity. What this is a culture of black folks before slavery, who are the real Jews of the Bible, the Jews of antiquity, right? Who lost their heritage due to slavery. Africans who are Hamites know that we are not the same. That's why they don't deal with us like we're brother and sister, right? So how did you discover this? I was talking to a brother, and he told me I was an Israelite. Now, this is not something that black people haven't said before, right? As a man of Jamaican descent, meaning my parents are both born in Jamaica, I was born in Canada. As a man of Jamaican descent, we've always heard Jamaicans say we're the Israelites, the Lion of Judah, and stuff like that. But you never really, those are just those Rastas getting high over there. We never really took it like, especially me, I didn't take that like seriously. So now when I started to do research and actually listen and ask questions, everything started to click. So that's how nah, don't worry, my cool, you're all right? But that's how I found out who I am and what I'm doing now. And listen, for a child, okay, as a young man, I was destructive in my city, right? I was a destructive person in my city. You could draw whatever conclusions you want from that, right? But everything that I was doing wasn't leading to anything good, nothing good, right? I was a bad influence in my neighborhood, to a point where I see some of the kids that I've influenced as my past life still doing what I influenced them to do today. And I'm trying to stop it. So that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to correct the wrongs that I've done in this city. And I'm able to do that with the help of Commanding General YAHANNA. All right. So Barak, you could come up anytime you want, Barak. Let's see, I'm trying to see if there's any questions and thing. No, but again, as you see, like we answer questions. I'm gonna answer your questions. I'm gonna talk to you. Like if you have a comment, you could just say what's on your mind, right? But again, look at this pastor, right? And that's why I had this picture up. Look at this pastor. The alternative lifestyle community is horrible. This is supposed to be a pastor, a man of the Lord, right? Now, I'm trying to make you understand what's happening, right? This is supposed to be a man who has a book that goes against this, but because of his lust and what he wants, he's going to go totally against it. Hey, no sweat, my cool. Listen, we answered all questions here. You could agree with us or disagree with us, and it is what it is, but you will get an answer. We will answer your question, right? The only thing we don't tolerate up here is disrespect. Listen, I let it slide for a little just to boost the algorithm, but after a while, I'm going to block you or mute you. I might not block you. I just might mute you for the rest of the stream. And I'm not speaking to you, my cool. I'm just saying, like, all comments can, whatever you want to comment. Just know if I deem it disrespectful, I'm a man. I'm going to block the hell out of this thing. And this is a platform we're building. We don't want it getting flagged. This is exactly how I spend my Wednesdays. How am I supposed to spend it? You tell me how am I supposed to spend it? Because it seems like this is what I don't understand. The moronic things people say online. This man is in my live stream saying, is this how you spend your Wednesdays? Your Wednesdays. Dum-dum, you're on my live. You're doing the same thing I'm doing. You're in your phone or your computer looking at TikTok, just like I'm in my phone looking at TikTok. Like, what is wrong with these guys? But again, look at this pastor, and he probably angry at this, that I'm talking about this image. He's probably like, you are not supposed to talk about this. And that's probably why he's angry. Hold up. Give me a second. Right? He probably angry that we're talking about the alternative lifestyle community, but I'm going to talk about the alternative lifestyle community and how it is destructive to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Let me just get my precepts in order real quick, right? And you can see this is supposed to be a pastor, and he's talking about when a pastor gets married and takes a wife, he has the first lady of the church, which is like his wife. Like the pastor is supposed to be the president, like how the presidency has a first lady, right? When he's married, the pastor has a first lady. That's the first, right? The first woman of the church. Now, listen, I'm an Israelite. I don't know nothing about no first lady or nothing like that. We just got sisters in here who do wonderful works, right? And so we got a young sister up here who, during a blackout, she was watching children and she was well composed, right? We had a all black party during our Passover, right? Not the Passover, but a party before the Passover. And there was a blackout, just like Egypt was dark when we were leaving Egypt. There was a blackout in the hotel. And listen, this is of the Lord. And this sister was excellent. She was doing good works, excellent works, right? And we gave her flowers. You can see that on this page. You could definitely see that on this page, right? Sylvia S. Shalom, Yahweh Shemar Latham Bashem Yashai. Thank you for tuning in. Right? So this is a pastor that we're looking at, and he's supposed to be against whatever the Bible is against. Whatever his God is against, he's supposed to be against. What you're going to find out is his God is not the God of the Bible. His God is Caucasian Christ, right? Caucasian Jesus. He is in line with Satan, meaning Satan follows God, but Satan's job is to prove that you are not with the Lord. And that's what Satan is doing here. And you can see it. This man is not with the Lord. This is a totally disgusting thing. And listen, okay, this is something that most people don't want to talk about, right? And I'm going to bring it up on my next Wednesday, right? I do this stream on TikTok once a week. I do this class it's a class, call it a stream, right? But this class, I do it once a week, Wednesdays, on TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, right? One of the things that the alternative lifestyle community does not want to talk about and rarely talks about is the abuse they suffered as children that pushed them towards that community, right? And I'm just going to show you, hold up. First, I'm going to show you that this lifestyle is against the Lord, right? Before I go into Pharaoh trying to unalive us, just like they're trying to unalive us now, and that's just why they promote what they promote to us now, right? So I'm going to show you Pharaoh trying to unalive us. Hold up, bear with me a moment. But before that, I'm going to show you what it says in the Bible about this community and how this pastor is going against what his book says, right? So this is Leviticus, the 18th chapter and verse 22, right? And remember, I'm reading it out of the Bible, which this pastor has. This pastor has one of these. And I wonder if he reads this verse. And listen, I would not want to go in that church anyways. That church probably smells like feces. It smells horrible, right? I would not advise any brother or sister to leave their children alone with this pastor in this church, because he goes against the Lord. He goes against whatever the Lord is. Listen, if the Lord is against it, he's for it. The Lord don't want you eating pork. He's going to tell you it's okay to eat pork. The Lord don't want you to celebrate birthdays or anything like that. He's going to tell you it's okay, right? So again, if you got any questions, you could come up and join and ask your questions, state your comments, right? 1 second. Let me just, hey, as you come in, share this live. Share this live to everybody on your timeline, right? Share this live to everybody on your timeline. All right, so let's get to it. Thou shalt not lie with mankind as with womankind. It is an abomination, right? So let's go again. Thou shalt not lie with mankind. What is that saying? That's letting you know this pastor is not supposed to have a first man. Like, what is going on in this church? This is destruction. Do you ever wonder why your community is still getting shot up? Why there's dope and streetwalkers, ladies who walk the streets in the nighttime, right? Why there's box sellers in your community? Why our sisters are still selling box? Salakia sisters, man. I'm just trying to say it in a way that's not going to get me kicked off TikTok, right? So Salakia. But again, you ever wonder why the horrible things in our community is still happening? Because men like this man turn around and say, you don't have to follow the law. And how is he saying that? He's saying he doesn't have to follow the law by showing you that he's not following the law, right? So again, I'm going to read this. This is Leviticus 18 and 22. Thou shalt not lie with mankind. And that's what this man is doing. Look, we're in a time where we are fresh out of the crack era. The crack era has only been about 20 years. The crack era was 20 years ago. Do you guys understand that? Crack hit 20 years ago. Let's see, we're in 2000, could be, let's say 40 years ago, right? So we'll say 85 to 95, 95 to 2005, 2005. Yeah, about 25 years, man, somewhere around there, right? Say the 90s, that's 90s to 2000. Listen, it's been over 30 years for sure. Yeah, now that I redid the math. 90s, it's been about 35 years since Ronald Reagan and Iran-Contra and the CIA flooded our communities with dope. Our brothers are destroyed. There's young men in my city still unaliving each other right now. Right now. There was a mass shooting a couple nights ago, right? In a neighborhood. There's videos on Instagram where the police are chasing the vehicle until it crashes, right? And this is what we're seeing. There is no need for a brother to be weak. An alternative lifestyle brother is a weakness on the Black community, on the Hispanic community, on the Native American community. It goes against the Lord. We don't need it, right? Okay. Right. It goes against what is needed. We don't need this. Look at what you're looking at. We don't need this at all. Hold up 1 second. Good night. Where can I see the live? Okay, we're back. I see it now. Right. So we don't need this. We need strong brothers. Listen, we need brothers who are going to get out in these streets and get on these internets and get on these TikTok streams and get on Facebook and YouTube streams and these Twitters and make these shorts teaching men and women how to be men and women again in our community. That's what we need. This brother is extremely weak and we don't need that. Right? We definitely do not need that at all. And that is against the Lord. This pastor is extremely against the Lord. Just look at what he's doing. Right? Just look at what he's doing. I'm reading it right here. Thou shalt not lie with mankind. Now let me give you the kicker. As with womankind, right? So listen, hey, y'all know. Hey, listen, good night. We grown. You know what a man does with a woman. You know what a woman does with a man, right? They go in that house, and if there's no children in that whole house is unsafe. Do not go to that house until they thoroughly wipe down everything. Good night, right? That's what a man does. A man lays with a woman. A man is not supposed to, listen, we're not supposed to be alternative lifestyle at all. Right? The lifestyle is creating life. These men are on the Hershey Highway, and all it does is create a mess. Right? I heard one of my generals say this: all they're doing is creating a mess. They're not doing anything. There's not life there. What'd you say? Listen, L, your master is whatever substances you're on, right? This garment is fly as hell. I don't know what's wrong with y'all. Some of y'all are wearing tight pants below your waist. Some of y'all you probably live the lifestyle and dressed as tight as the man in the front in that picture. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you other than turn away from that lifestyle, L. That lifestyle is going to get you monkeypox, L. That's what you should do. Right? So again, thou shalt not lay with mankind as with womankind. Right? It's again, and this pastor probably never read this article a day in his life. Never read this precept, and maybe read it once and just said, and probably has it. Okay, I'm gonna show you something. I don't know if y'all can see this or not, right? But in my Bible, I got certain verses highlighted, right? In this pastor's Bible, he probably has it blacked out. He probably has that verse blacked out because it goes against what his lifestyle is. The Lord is not with this pastor. Nothing good is going to come for you if you're in this church. If you're in his church, nothing good is going to come of it. Right? Right, so nothing good is going to come of you being in this man's church. Let me see. I'm going to show it to you again. Okay, so before that, I told you I was going to show you something else. I wanted to show you something else. Okay, so where are we? All right, so this is Exodus. I remember I told you, they've been trying to unalive us for a long time, right? They've been trying to unalive us for a very long time. I'm going to get rid of this. I might jump back in with this after so you can see it. But I'm going to leave with that right now, right? So they've been trying to unalive us for a very long time, right? And this alternative lifestyle is just one of the ways they're using to do it. They're using to basically keep us from our numbers growing, right? They did it with the crack era in the 80s. They did it with basically dumping, like you see this right now, right? I've heard stories, right? And there are stories coming out of France and Paris where they're saying in the ghetto neighborhoods, people are just walking outside and finding cars full of firearms. And you're like, how do you just walk outside and find a car full of firearms? Like you know the take a penny, leave a penny stand, right? That little sign where it says take a penny, leave a penny. That's what these cars are like. But instead of a penny, it's firearms. And it's not take a firearm, leave a firearm. They're just leaving there to be taken. Right? And they've used these techniques. They did it in Chicago. Right? You ever wonder, how did these brothers get all of these firearms? Now that's not saying these brothers aren't unaliving each other. But these brothers were taught Christianity from the oppressor. And the oppressor's Christianity hates us, wants to see us unalived. Right? So I'm going to show you how Pharaoh tried to unalive us in our captivity. And I'm going to draw the comparison of how they're trying to unalive us in our captivity right now. Right? So this is Exodus. This is Exodus chapter 1, verse 15. And the king of Egypt spake to the Hebrew midwives. Right? So Pharaoh speaking to the midwives of Egypt. Right? Hold up. Of which the name of one was Sephara, and the name of the other was Puah. Right? Verse 16. And he said, this is Pharaoh's commandments. Right? It's because he's scared of black folks, Native Americans and Hispanics. He's afraid of them. He thinks they're going to join onto another nation if they have to fight. Right? And he said, when ye do the office of a midwife, meaning when you help in the labor process, right? Meaning when you help deliver babies to the Hebrew women, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, right? And see them upon their stools. If it be a son, right? He's talking about the sons. If it be a son, this is what they want to the son, right? Then ye shall unalive him, right? It says kill him, but because I'm on TikTok, again, TikTok, I'm just reading the Bible, so bear with us, right? Then ye shall kill him. But if it be a daughter, then she shall live. And look at who they promote this alternative lifestyle to. It's promoted to men. You see it all the time. It's promoted to many of our brothers and sisters. Hold up. This thing's acting like he wants to pop out. All right, it should be good now. Right? They promote this lifestyle to our brothers. Who wasn't black? Who wasn't black, Lone Hawk? Who wasn't black? Are you telling me that the Jews of the Bible aren't black? Is that what you're saying? You gotta let us know, Lone Hawk. Who wasn't black? Listen, Lone Hawk, man, I'll even let you come up and we can have the conversation. If you got enough followers, or are you one of those, I don't got enough followers on my TikTok, no one really follows what I say because I'm not interested. I'm not interesting type of TikTokers, right? But again, Lone Hawk, who wasn't black? Because all throughout this Bible, it says the people in the Bible were black. Now, if you could show me where it says the Israelites aren't black, then I'll be glad to see that. I would love to see it. Right? But I highly doubt you'll be able to tell me that the men in the Bible weren't black. I highly doubt that. You won't be able to show me that at all. Now, if you can show it to me, go ahead, be my guest, man. I even let you come up for a few minutes and you could show it to me. right? Show me where they weren't black. But again, the same thing they've been doing to our community, they've been doing to us since we were in Egypt, right? Well, you're saying show you what? What do you want me to show you, Garth Brooks? Listen, this Garth Brooks. Garth. That is such a cave devil name. Garth. That is such a I don't know how to season my food name. Garth. That's crazy. Oh man. When I hear Garth, it sounds like raisins and potato salads. That is horrible. Garth. Well, listen, Garth, you just got to clarify, man. Y'all be coming in here and y'all are saying stuff with a, listen, it's like a third grade level of education when y'all come in these comments. Listen, I'm quite sure, Garth. Oh man, Garth, your name is horrible, right? Your name is horrible, Garth. Again, I'm just still waiting for you to prove that they weren't black, or what did you want me to show you? Did you want me to show you that the Jews of antiquity were black? Is that what you're asking? Just make it more, when you speak, make it more what's that word? Cohesive. Make it flow. Type what you want to say. Don't just it seems like when you type with a stutter. When I hear I.S.U.P.K, I hear GOAT, the greatest of all time. That's what he hears when he hears I.S.U.P.K. He hears the GOATs. What points are you talking about? Like, I'm doing a whole class on alternative lifestyle. It must be the alternative lifestyle jumping in the comments right now. But if you want me to prove, all right, I'm going to finish this verse and then I'll go to the color scriptures in the Bible, just so you can see the Israelites had color, right? So give me a moment. I'll go to the color scriptures. I'm just going to finish this verse, right? If you're patient, if you have a little patience, which I highly doubt any of you guys actually have patience, because y'all are kind of slow. Y'all are kind of on the slow side, but it is what it is. All right. But the midwives feared God and did not as the king of Egypt commanded them, but saved the men children alive. And that's what the alternative community has always done. They've always done their alternative lifestyle on the men of the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American. I'm not African, right? And there is no such thing as the Middle East. That is a term Caucasians made up, right? Now you have where the Garden of Eden is, which is what they call the so-called Middle East, but that's where Black folks reigned, right? So I'm going to pause right here for a second, and we got a couple comments, so I'm going to show them. Let me find it real quick. I'm going to show them color. I'm going to show them color in the Bible, right? So we'll go to Songs of Solomon. Solomon was a Jew, right? Is anybody prepared to say Solomon was not a Jew? Solomon was a Jew from the tribe of Judah. So now I'm going to show you what Solomon said about himself. Wait, 1 second. Is it Wisdom of Solomon or Songs of Solomon? Okay, that's Wisdom. So I gotta find Songs of Solomon. Hold up, bear with me. Let me find it real quick. Or before Isaiah. All right. Bear with me. That'd be like double time because that's Song of Solomon. Hold up. Why am I not finding Isaiah? What is going on? Okay. I have it right here. This is the Songs of Solomon. Right? Songs of Solomon 1 and 5. I am black. There you have it. Solomon saying he's black. So you can't say the Israelites aren't black if Solomon is a Israelite from the tribe of Judah. I am black but comely. Comely meaning beautiful. I have it highlighted right there. You can see it. Songs of Solomon 1 and 5. You see that lower highlight? That one right there. Everything is written by men. Like, come on, make it make sense. It's like when you go into the Bible, it was written by men. When it goes against what it says. Like when it's going against your premise, it was written by men. When it stands for what you believe in, it's okay. Stop being a hypocrite. Like, stop being a hypocrite. You are being a hypocrite if when I read something out the Bible, you say that was written by men. Because everything else was done by men. They tell you that the moon has no gravity. That's what men tell you, and you're okay with that. So don't do that. You're being a hypocrite. Everything is written by some man or woman, and you fully go with it. Oh, no, don't end that live. Hold up. Hold up. Bear with me 1 second. Yeah, we're back. Who's trying to come up? Who's that? Hey, give me 1 second. I'm going to figure it out. Runner, what's going on, Runner? You missed the point. The point must have went over your head. The point is, this is my show and I will mute you if you do not shut the hell up. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to mute you for a second so you can shut the hell up. You will have some damn decorum like your father never taught you. All right. So the point is, they say the moon has less gravity than the earth. Everyone eats that up. No one's ever been up there when they eat it up. Like, you weren't the astronaut that went up there, so you don't know if that's true or not. And men tell you that. So anybody who says something out of the Bible was written by men, keep that same energy for the scientific community. That's the point. Mm-hmm. Okay, so was Genghis Khan real? That's not the question. It's a yes or no question. Was Genghis Khan real? It's a yes or no question. Was Genghis Khan real? It doesn't matter. So then your whole point doesn't matter and you have no reason to be up here. I'm going to help you out. Hold up. It doesn't matter. You said it don't matter. I'm going to help you out. Don't worry. You got it. Like, don't come up here and waste my time. You're going to say that the Bible is not, it doesn't matter because no one was there. I asked you if Genghis Khan was real. You said it doesn't matter, but it matters because of the Bible. Make it make sense. Like, what is wrong with you? Y'all gotta come on, wise up. Be a little smarter in your arguments. Be a little stronger in your arguments. I'm gonna read this again, right? If Genghis Khan was real, so was Solomon. It's that simple, right? It's that simple. I am black, but calmly. Now when Solomon says he's black, it was written by man. They don't want to hear that. So if a man wrote it, a man's telling you he's black. So again, you can see color within the Bible. I'm going to hit you with one more. Listen, now Brooklyn, he didn't run. This is more of a class. I just brought him up for a second just to hear what he's saying. But he's not saying anything, right? Because their premise is I shouldn't be teaching the Bible because I'm not a Jew and I'm black, I'm African, and the Israelites of the Bible were Middle Eastern. So now when I showed them that Solomon was black, he said the Bible was written by man. I said, men say the moon has less gravity. He said, you can't say that. It's like, come on, he's not making no sense. No, Garth. Listen, Garth, I know you be putting a hella salt and pepper on your chicken and calling it seasoning. I'm not running from a debate. That was not a debate. Again, you think this is a debate. This is not a debate. I just brought him up for a second to hear what he had to say. Listen, y'all stick around. I'll be right back and we can go back, right? But again, what we're talking about right now is the alternative community. And it seems like when we start talking about the alternative community, everybody gets in their feelings, right? Let me find Job. Where is that Job one I'm looking for? Job. Job 30 and 30. Job 30 and 30. My skin is black upon me, and my bones are burnt with heat. Good night. Job said he's black. I guess there's black people in the Bible. Let me find one more. And this is probably one of my favorite ones. It's the word y'all Caucasians love to call us when you're angry. Hold up, let me find it. Let me get it real quick. Right? This is Acts, the book of Acts, 13 and verse 1. This is in the New Testament. Right? Now there were in the church that was at Antioch certain prophets and teachers, right? So there was prophets and teachers, as Barnabas and Simeon, that was called Niger, Niger. That is the Latin word for black. So we're letting you know. Y'all turned around and called us. Y'all put an extra G in there and kept the ER. And today they say, yeah, he said it with the hard ER. And y'all call us that. And if you say it to certain brothers, man, you might get punched in the mouth. Right? Kendrick Lamar let a Caucasian girl say it on stage when he was rapping. Salaki, I'm done. But listen, who's trying to come up? After this class, listen, I'll let you back up and you could stay up if you want. Right? But that's to show you that there was black men in this Bible because it's written by black men. The Israelites are black, Hispanic, and Native American men. 12 tribes, right? That's why we have the same oppression. That's why we go through the same oppression. That's why we go through the same thing by the same oppressors, right? Just look at what's going on. There was a And I believe, where did I see this? I believe this is coming out of the States. There is a article about a corporation that's trying to put together a fund that's solely for Black women. The court stopped that. They said, no, that is against civil rights. You can't do that. One second. So a right that civil rights was fought for by Black people. Now that there are actual acts and people doing things for Black people, it goes against civil rights. Like, that makes absolutely no sense. But I'm going to go back into what I was talking about earlier. Earlier, we were talking about the pastor and his first man. And I want to go into the book of Leviticus, right? I want to go into the book of Leviticus. I'm going to let, Runner back up soon if he has a little patience. Let me just get through these precepts. Hey, come get her. I'm going to be going through these precepts about the alternative lifestyle and how it goes against what the Lord wants, right? So let's find Leviticus 20 and 13. And if a man lay with, If a man also lie with mankind as he lieth with a woman, right? So this is letting you know again, that alternative lifestyle, right? That's what it's talking about. If a man also lie with mankind as he lieth with a woman, right? If two men are trying to do what you're supposed to do with a woman, it's against the Lord. That's what this is reading. And here's where you find out that pastor was not for, that pastor is not for the Lord. He's against God and what the Bible says. All right, let's keep reading. If a man also lieth with mankind as he layeth with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination. They shall surely be put to death. This is out the Bible, TikTok. Their blood shall be upon them. And listen, you see that with the diseases and the plagues. I call them plagues or diseases, whatever you want to call them, right? Look at the monster that came out, right? There was that monster, the monster virus that they associated with the alternative lifestyle community. Monkeypox came out not too long ago. They associated with the alternative lifestyle community. That should let you know that is going against the Lord. All right. And I know y'all want to talk about color in the Bible, so we'll talk about it in a few moments. I got maybe 40 minutes left of this live stream that I'm going to be doing. So in about 10 or so moments, I'll go back to talking about the alternative lifestyle, and I'll bring up Brooklyn if y'all want to come up, or any brother that wants to come up can come up. Runner, I'll bring you back up. Running fast, I'll bring you back up so we can continue this conversation, right? But you're not making good arguments. I'm gonna give you that right there. You're not making good arguments. So make sure you get your arguments on point, right? A man and woman is not supposed to do. Okay, so Salakia, two people in the alternative community, right? Mark and Matt aren't supposed to be in the alternative community, right? Mark is supposed to go find him a Cindy who was born Cindy, not a Luther who grew into a Cindy, right? Not a Luther who decided today I'm Cindy, and then maybe next week he wants to be Luther again. Y'all see what Bruce Jenner doing? Bruce Jenner don't want to be Caitlyn. Good night. Listen, Bruce Jenner and Caitlyn Clark look the same. Ah, that's funny as hell. But I'm on one. All right. Okay, so let's continue. Where are we going? Ooh, this is a good one. Let's show you what the Lord did to the alternative community in Genesis. Hold up, let me find it. This is what the Lord did to the alternative community in Genesis, right? So we have Genesis 19 verses 5, right? I gotta jump up a little more. Right, so we read it from here. Right, this is Genesis 19 and 1. And there came two angels to Sodom at evening, and Lot sat in the gate of Sodom. Right, so he was at the gate of the city, and Lot, seeing them, rose up to meet them. And he bowed himself with his face towards the ground. Right, and Lot said, behold, now my lords turn in. Let's jump down. Right, so let me jump down a little. And he said, behold, now my lord, turn in, I pray you, into your servant's house, right, and tarry all night and wash your feet, and ye shall rise up early and go your ways. And they said, nay, but we will abide in the streets all night. So they're coming to do some recon. They want to see what's going on in the city. And he pressed upon them, right? So he's telling them to come inside. Verse 4, and Lot knows what happens in this city. But before they lay down, the men of the city, right? So this is the men of the city. Even the men of Sodom compassed the house round, both old and young. So this is old and young men, right? This is a totally disgusting thing that they're trying to do. All the people of every quarter. And look, this is what you see. If you go out in your city in June this month, you're going to see them doing the same thing, and it's going to be disgusting. They're going to be pressing up on the city and basically trying to enforce their lifestyle. And that's what the alternative lifestyle community does. They try to force their lifestyle onto the hetero community, right? If you are a man who likes a woman, some alternative lifestyle person is going to try to come and get you to side with him and get you to say it's okay that he does what he does. But listen, you got to stand up. You got to either be with the Lord or not with the Lord. You can't be neutral. There's no side for neutral. It's you stand with the Lord or against him. So if they're trying to get you to say the alternative lifestyle is okay, you got to stand up and say no. And that's love. I'm proving that we actually have love for the alternative lifestyle community. How? By telling them it's wrong. If you see a man smoking dope in the streets, you see him shooting dope into his veins, you're going to tell him it's wrong and try to get him some assistance. You're going to try to get him help so he can fight that lifestyle. That's what we're doing. We go out and get our brothers and sisters help to fight that lifestyle. Listen, I see Brooklyn. Brooklyn is going at it in the chats. Give I.S.U.P.K. Brooklyn a hand. Right? Right, so what else are we saying? Let's keep reading. And they called unto Lot. This is Genesis 19, verse 5. And they called unto Lot and said unto him, where are the men which came into thee this night? So the men of the city are at Lot's door asking, where are the men that came to your crib? Where are the men that came to your house? Bring them out unto us. They're demanding that these men come out, that we may know them. Now, you're an adult. You know what that means. They want to abuse these men against their will. And Lot went out at the door unto them and shut the door after him and said, I pray you, brethren, do not so wickedly, because it is a wicked thing. And that pastor should have known that. It's a wicked thing that they're pushing in the Bible. Salakia, Brooklyn. I listen, I remember having that conversation one time, and listen, I'm just reading these comments, right? But they tried to say brass turns a different color. And I had some brass and I burnt it. It was an incense holder that I had made out of brass, and I burnt it on camera in the live, and it turned black. I probably have that somewhere. I gotta go find it. Right? I probably have that somewhere. I just gotta go find it. Good night. Not Jesus speaking in redneck. That's crazy. Right? So let's keep reading. Like, Lot told him, don't do so wickedly. Behold, now I have 2 daughters. Lot believed in righteousness so much and didn't want the people who came, the angels that came into his care, to be harmed, that he was offering his 2 daughters to these wicked men, which have not known a man yet. Salakia, which have not known man. Let me, I pray you, bring them out unto you. So he's pleading with them. And do ye to them as good in your eyes. Only unto these men do nothing. Salakia, do nothing. For therefore came they under the shadow of my roof. So Lot is basically telling them, listen, don't do anything to these men. They're under my protection. Let's keep reading. Verse 9. And they said, stand back. Doesn't that sound like what the LGBT community does to you today? When you try to say, no, I'm not with it, they tell you, no, you have to support us. And if you don't support them, they want to get you fired from their job. Right? The the alternative lifestyle community is a bunch of bullies. They will bully you if you don't agree with them. Listen, in here, you don't have to agree with us. I'm not going to force you to agree with me. If you don't want to agree with me, Lord be with you, go about your way. That is not how the LGBTQ community operates. That's not how the alternative lifestyle community operates. And that pastor, I guarantee you, this page is ripped out of that pastor as well. Now, I'm not saying it's ripped out, right? I'm just saying he never goes through it. It might as well be ripped out. He might even have it blanked out. Listen, my big brother made this garment. Ooh, I remember when I first got it, I wore it a lot. I need to order another one, preferably black this time, or red. This is a garment from I.S.U.P.K collection. Listen, it's Tawab. Good night. I'm going to leave you at that. Good night. Brooklyn said, brass is not Middle Eastern or white. Bronze is not Middle Eastern or white. Good night. Right? So let's keep reading. And they said, stand back. They said again, this one fellow came into sojourn, and he will needs be a judge. Now we will deal worse with thee than with them. So they're basically telling Lot, listen, you came here to come live amongst us, and now you're trying to judge us. That sounds like Christianity. Only God can judge me. You can't judge me. That sounds exactly like Christianity. When the Bible tells us we will end up judging the angels in the kingdom of heaven. Right? So let's keep reading. Now we will deal worse with thee than with them. Have you ever seen an alternative lifestyle Mark who thinks he is a Susan? Do you know what alternative lifestyle Mark will do to a Kim if alternative lifestyle Mark thinks he's a Susan? Alternative lifestyle Mark who thinks he's a Susan is going to deal with a natural Kim horribly wrong. He's going to listen. You didn't see the alternative lifestyle Luther, who thought he was a Christian. What he did to the sister in Mexico, they called it femicide. Right? again, so let's keep reading. And they pressed sore upon the man, even Lot, and came near to break the door. Listen, they wanted the angel so badly, they're pressing up on Lot and trying to break his door in. That's how you know this is a wrong lifestyle, right? Because that is, what do they call it? Grape? That is grape, right? But the men put forth their hand and pulled Lot. This is verse 10, right? But the men put forth their hand and pulled Lot into the house to them, right? So they pulled Lot in and shut the door. Verse 11, and they smote the men that were at the door of the house with blindness, both small and great, so that they wearied themselves to find the door. They're blind and they're still trying to find the door. The angels blinded these men because the alternative lifestyle is wrong, and they're still trying to find the door. Right. All right. So again, that's showing you that the alternative lifestyle is bad. It's not for us. It's not for us at all. Let's see if I can find the next one. Hold up. Let me see if I can find the next one. I'm going to find the next one for you. Give me one moment. Bear with me one moment. I'm just looking for the precept that I want. All right. So let me show you. This is 1 Corinthians 6 and 9. Know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of God? Right? Unrighteousness is not going to get you a place in the kingdom of heaven, right? And the kingdom of heaven is going to be on earth. This is not slavery. You do not have to be unalive to find the kingdom of heaven, right? The kingdom of heaven will be on earth. If you want to find a little slice of the kingdom of heaven, just get to the I.S.U.P.K, all right? Be not deceived, neither fornicators, right? So people who participate in unlawful sex, nor idolaters, people who, brothers who try to worship a rock and say they're Muslims, right? Nor adulterers, meaning if you're a brother who sleeps with a woman who already has a husband, a sister who sleeps with a man that's not her husband when she already has one, nor effeminate, right? Now, you seen that picture I put up earlier. That pastor's first man is definitely effeminate, right? He's a rakak. Nor abusers of themselves with mankind. That's to let you know everything that the Lord is against. Right? Now, we got some time. We definitely got some time. Hey, Barack, I'm going to send you that invite so you can join. 1 second. If y'all want to come up, y'all can definitely come up. Hey, Shalom, Brooklyn. Brooklyn, can you? Okay, Brooklyn paused. Brock, you can come back. Brock, you can come up whenever you want. Bronze is just metal. Like whatever my brother said bronze is, right? But that's not what I want to talk about. Bronze is metal. Again, I am not a scientist, so I'm not even going to get into that side of the argument. But again, I'm trying to remember, you said that the Israelites aren't black. Is that what you were saying? You are right. The Israelites aren't African. In what okay, I'm going to ask you a question. Are you Caucasian? So do you think that the so-called African American is a African? Good night. Listen, the people, your people put into slavery in the Americas, in Canada, in the Caribbean islands, in South America, in the UK, they are not Africans. Africans of the Bible are Hamites. We come from a Shemitic stock. We can prove that in the Bible. Shemitic. You should. Hey, who's that? Hazahad? Hey, Shalom, sir. My nigga. Yeah, you got it, sir. You can do your thing. Hey, Hazahad, you got it. Good night. Mm-hmm. Good night. Good night.